Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Taylor Platt here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check on your forecast. We're expecting mostly dry, if not completely dry conditions today, but those rain chances do return to the forecast starting tomorrow, and that continues over the next several days. And is there a chance we might see some beneficial rainfall next week? I'll answer that here coming up shortly. First off, let's take a live look from our Arctic Air Skycam network, and we'll dive right into your forecast. Looking at a lot of sunshine out there right now, but still a couple of clouds. We're not really expecting much in the way of cloudy conditions today. Should just be a handful of passing clouds like you see here on the current camera in Lawrenceburg. Also Florence and Cherokee seeing some clouds out in the distance. We're not expecting much of the way of cloudy skies today. Abundant sunshine can be expected. But then once we get into tomorrow, clouds start to return a little bit, including those rain chances. But today's going to be fantastic, already fantastic. 84 in Fayetteville, 86 in Huntsville, 88 in Athens, 90 in Decatur, 88 over there in Florence, 85 degrees in Humboldt. Taking a look at our live Viper radar network, all you see is just ground clutter. There's no shower or storm activity around the radar sites right now. That should continue today, but will start to change once we get into tomorrow and into the weekend. That's because we have an approaching system that will try to ease its way on in here. It really won't, but we'll start to feel some of the effects of it as we get into your Friday and Saturday. High pressure dominating the area today. That's going to keep us mostly rain-free for the majority of the southeast, and a lot of sunshine out there. Just a few passing clouds could be expected, like you saw on the sky cams. Temperatures getting up into the lower 90s today, maybe some mid-90s across parts of northwestern Alabama. 90 in Lewisburg, 90 in Lawrenceburg and Pulaski, also 90 in Fayetteville, 92 in Huntsville, 92 in Decatur, 93 over there in the Shoals. Evening forecast, if you have any evening plans, they're going to be good to go. Temperatures will be falling down into the lower 70s by 10 o'clock this evening, and then eventually down into the lower middle 60s across the area going into your Friday morning. Now, speaking of Friday, temperature-wise, roughly the same situation like today. Lower 90s, maybe some mid-90s, that kind of 93, 94, maybe 95 reading for areas across northern Alabama. Otherwise, most places are just in the lower 90s with some isolated showers and storms during the afternoon and evening. Let's take a look at your futurecast here this afternoon. Just some passing clouds, like I mentioned, temperatures falling down into the 60s. Overnight tonight, starting off your Friday morning, mostly sunny skies. Clouds will start to build back in by the time we get into the afternoon hours, and that's when we'll start to see the better chance for some isolated showers and storms. I will say the better chance looks to be mainly west of Interstate 65 going into your Friday afternoon and evening. If you have any of those Friday night football games you're going to, keep a close eye on the radar. They could be impacted by one or two of those storms, but overall, I think a lot of places will just be nice and dry for those football games. Going into your Saturday morning, we're watching some clouds, maybe an isolated shower or two. Better chances will happen once we get to the afternoon and evening hours. But as you see, a lot of places still remaining dry, though, for your Saturday. That might change, though, going into the beginning of next week, though. You see 40% chances on the board here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. These have the best chance of going up into that 50, 60, maybe 70% category as we head into later forecasts, which is good news because that means better chances for those widespread showers and storms and better beneficial rainfall chances as well, because we need it. The drought, for the most part, has not really expanded, especially for that moderate drought. It's basically remained the same here for Murray County, Lewis County, northern Lawrence County, western Lawrence County as well, and off to the west. The change, though, is we're starting to see that severe drought start to creep on in from the west. So that's why having some of those rain chances go up as we go into the beginning of next week. That should help stay off a lot of that drought condition from expanding further across our area. So fingers crossed that does happen. Let's break down the overall setup with the European model here. High pressure will start to weaken across the area. That's going to allow more shower and storm activity going into your Sunday, as you see here Low pressure system and cold front off to our west will stay over there, but we'll start to get little pieces of energy move on through east of that. That will increase rain chances again for your Monday. And as you see here going into your Tuesday, area low pressure over here towards Kansas City, according to the European model, cold front will start to get closer to our area. This is where that 40% chance that we have right now for your Tuesday might actually be going up to around that 50% chance mark, maybe 60% in later forecast, and that could continue into your Wednesday as well. So some better rain chances and beneficial rainfall could be coming our way. Let's check on the tropics. We still have Tropical Storm Gabrielle that is out here in the Atlantic. You've seen this swirl. The swirl itself with that closed center of circulation is better defined now. But as you see, there's not a lot of big blow-up thunderstorm activity. You would rather see some of this stuff you see down here towards Puerto Rico over the center part of Gabrielle to actually notice that it's trying to gather some strength. It won't do that, at least for the next handful of days. It is still a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm right now. Pressure is right around 1,004 millibars. It's moving to the west-northwest at 15 miles per hour. It's still going to interact with some dry air and some shear over the coming days. Matter of fact, the National Hurricane Center has it weakening slightly back down to a more minimal tropical storm, right around 45-mile-per-hour maximum sustained winds. Once we get into the weekend, things start to trend back towards some strengthening because it's going to lose some of that wind shear and it's going to get into a better conductive environment for that strengthening. But you notice here, it's not really expected to be a strong hurricane. 90-mile-per-hour Category 1 is currently forecast by the time we get into your Tuesday morning. Bermuda will have to watch this. U.S. East Coast, this is not going to affect you whatsoever. It's going to curve way before that even gets close by. But Bermuda, it is on the very western side of that cone right now. So there's still an outside chance that maybe this could bring some impacts to that small island out in the middle of the Atlantic. Take a look at your 7-day forecast here across the Tennessee Valley. Like I mentioned, rain chances start to increase once again going into the beginning of next week, with temperatures getting up into the 80s, or getting down to the 80s, I should say. Northwest Alabama, Northeast Mississippi, we continue to see the same thing. Temperatures dropping down into the 80s to right around 90 degrees as we go into the weekend and early next week. And the Huntsville metro area also seeing those temperatures drop down to the 80s with those increasing rain chances over the next several days. That's your latest forecast here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Fred Gossage will be in at 5 p.m. to have another check on the forecast. Until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic Thursday afternoon.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley